If there's one thing I really hate, it's hypocrisy. Saying one thing, doing something else. We see it regularly from our political leaders of both parties, from COVID restrictions to basic morality. It too often seems like our political leaders want to tell us one thing while they do something else. And recently, one example of this hypocrisy is so clear that it's hard to believe that they're doing it. Members of Congress are actually campaigning off of legislation that benefited their districts, but that they actually voted against. On this one, it's Republicans who voted against the bipartisan $1 trillion infrastructure bill and the nearly $2 trillion American Rescue Plan, which offered funding for stimulus checks and COVID relief. Now, you can oppose those measures, but don't then pretend you supported it. It's become red meat for the Democrats, with the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee even launching a website hitting 26 Republicans on Capitol Hill who've been doing it. Now, one of the things I liked about the infrastructure plan was, A, it made a major investment in the country, and B, that it was a bipartisan, with Republicans and Democrats coming together to pass something that was good for all of us. But there were some Republicans who were not on board, like Iowa Congresswoman Ashley Hinson, who voted no on the infrastructure bill and even called it, quote, socialist. And yet she recently tweeted, "We secured $829 million in federal funding to upgrade locks and dams along the upper Mississippi River. This is game-changing for Iowa's agriculture industry and our Mississippi River communities." That funding was part of the socialist bill. Another example, Steve Scalise, the Louisiana congressman and House Minority Whip, who also voted against the infrastructure bill but took credit, quote, for over $1 billion in flooding protections from repairs from Hurricane Ida. And yeah, that too was after he lobbied against the bill, calling it more Democrat spending that would benefit the East and West Coast elites. Then there's Long Island Congressman Lee Zeldin and Andrew Garbarino, who took a victory lap after the New York Metropolitan Transit Authority and Long Island Railroad announced they would reverse service cuts. They put out a joint statement celebrating it. But guess what? They voted against the American Rescue Plan that made that restoration possible. Look, here on the show, we hit both sides in their hypocrisy. I've been highlighting Democratic hypocrisy on everything from propping up extremist GOP primary candidates in the hope they'll lose in the general election to pulling police funding only to give it back when crime skyrockets, and then not admitting that was what happened. But this example of celebrating the money from policies you voted against and taking credit for this handful of Republicans is hard for me to believe that they're being so brazen about it. Joining me now is Robby Soave, the senior editor for the Libertarian Reason magazine. Robby, thanks for coming back on the show. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Look, we see hypocrisy from politicians. That's not news. This level, though, I don't know, this seems pretty brazen.
It's absolutely brazen, and it should be called out, because what they're relying on here is essentially the American people, or the voters in their district, I suppose. They're relying on the fact that those people, you know what, are busy and they have jobs and they have families to feed, and it's, you know, hard times for a lot of working people. The average person might not have time to look up what their congressperson's vote was on these issues. So they're essentially taking advantage of them by misleading them about what their record is. And, you know, I think we spend too much as a country. I think the spending priorities should be different than they are. Obviously, we need to fund actual infrastructure and transportation, et cetera. And I would, you know, prioritize things differently. But if you're voting against those things, you should be honest with the people you represent. That is a basic, I guess we can't expect it of politicians, but it should be a basic requirement of serving in office.
And have any of these Republicans sort of come out and said, well, you know, we made a mistake, or I made a mistake in the vote, and now I regret it, and if it were to happen again, I would vote differently?
They tend to spin it, as far as I can tell, they tend to spin it as, well, I was against it, but since we're giving out this money, I want to make sure my district gets as much of it as possible, which it's easy to see how that, taken to its logical conclusion, means we never bring spending in at all, because every congressperson has the same incentive to do just that. So it's just hypocrisy, no matter what way you look at it. And Yeah.
And I was going to say, and it also provides fodder for Democrats. I mean, if you're a Republican, you should be annoyed, right? Now, I'm not saying about the vote, but about providing fodder to Democrats who now get to use this as a cudgel. And they create this website, et cetera, and they've got a fair point.
Yeah, both sides often treat their own voters like morons, frankly, and it's unfair. Or they're playing to a kind of very extreme base, again, on both sides, who are paying a lot of attention and who just want Republicans to own the Democrats, own the libs, and just want, Democrats to call every Republican a Nazi or a fascist or something. And it really leaves out the vast majority of people who want their congressman to occasionally reach out across the aisle, get things that make sense done where you can work together. And that's what a lot of people in this country want. And it's just not what we're getting from this system, from the duopoly of just total, utter extremism and fighting and cutthroat behavior and hypocrisy, appalling hypocrisy. I'm glad you highlighted that the DCCC spent money, and I know you've talked about on the show, on all these far-right Republican challengers in Michigan and Pennsylvania and other places. On one hand, making the case that to be associated with Trump is an evil that cannot be stomached, but we're giving them money in hopes they beat the normal Republican.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.